Hey everybody, welcome back to Squad Pod Sports. We got a really good episode for you. A lot of stuff happened. We got a special guest here, finally unbanned from the show.
Look who
Alex
it
Dowling,
is.
also from Tap That and Just Squad Pod podcast.
Long time listener, first time guest.
Yeah,
told him if the Steelers won last week against the Titans that he'd come in and talk shit on or talk
Everybody.
shit about the Steelers.
Yeah,
Talk shit about
Oh,
everybody.
He'll get to that.
it happened, and he's here. It's good to have you on, though.
Thank you. Good to be on.
We're going to be covering the Week 7 that just happened, making our predictions for Week 8, talking about a couple of things that happened in the NFL over the past week, some Big Ten football, and the World Series that's going on, as well as, the bias bubbles and the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. So we'll just hop right into it. The first game of the week was a Thursday night, and that was my Birds and them Giants squeaked out a win once again. I feel like it's every time we play the Giants, some crazy shit happens in the fourth quarter, and we always end up winning. We are now, I think we've won 8 straight or 9 straight against the Giants. I think that's the record.
Hey, Daniel Jones was running. He's got the fastest time by any runner right now in the league. So
yeah,
that's got to count for something.
That is crazy.
Count for something. Daniel Jones, man. But we both picked Philly on that one, so that was a no-brainer. Thank God we both won that shit.
Yeah. It was wild, man. I actually turned the game off because I thought they were going to win. And then, I was watching Philly 500's live stream. And, I wasn't turning it back on because I was like, I know if I turn it on, we're going to lose this game. My superstitious side kicked in.
They climbed back
So
in it, man.
They did. And I'm happy.
Down by 11
yeah,
in the fourth quarter.
We're still in it. We're number 1 in division now with 2 wins.
Big game next week.
Big game. We play this Dallas week coming up. We'll talk about that then. But we'll move on. The Lions and the Falcons were next.
I picked Detroit in this one.
Yeah.
You took the bait.
I did. I took the damn bait. I'm never trusting these, like you said with the Washington football team. I'm not trusting these Falcons. I can't. I'm never betting the Falcons again. I can't.
Hey, I'm with you 100% on that. I wouldn't blame you. Even if you don't bet the Falcons and they win, it's not a bad decision to go against the Falcons.
Not going to do it.
Exactly.
Can't trust them. Todd, they lost because Todd Gurley scored a touchdown.
I know. They're saying how that was the first ever game losing touchdown. Shit like that. That's just ridiculous. What do you think, Alex?
It's chess match, man.
Exactly.
He shouldn't have got in there, man. That's the point.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How do you tell a running back though, don't score? Don't.
I remember vividly Ahmad Bradshaw pulling that bullshit in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, to give us no chance type of that shit works.
That's how it is, man.
Yeah, man. The Lions got the dub there. Matt Patricia's job safe another week.
Yeah,
rolling.
That's what we're saying.
We always keep saying that. Mark that up on the chart. Another game, another day he has a job.
He's just
Another crazy game that happened was the Browns and the Bengals, man.
Joe
Burrow balled out.
This one? I picked Joe Burrow and the Bengals to win, man.
You did. Yeah, you did. I have the Browns.
Garbage.
Yeah, the Bengals, I thought they had the game in the bag. Joe Burrow, he had 400 yards. He balled out. That's out. That's crazy for a rookie.
3 touchdowns, one pick for him, I think. But hey, Baker Mayfield pulled that shit out at the end.
Yeah, it was a wild game.
Odell tearing his ACL.
Yeah, Odell's out for the season, man.
What do you think? I was listening to them talk about this on the radio the other day. Odell's legacy at this point, he's gonna be a flash in the pan type of player.
Yeah.
He had that crazy ass. He was he had an iconic play. It's gonna go down in history.
Yeah.
But
it's a what could have been.
He's gonna be one of those receivers when our generation's a little older. They're the guy you don't know. Oh, you think he's a great receiver? You should have saw Odell back in my day, And
he'll be the Franco Harris
exactly
type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's a real shame because, I mean, even though the Browns are so wishy-washy, it seems like they were kind of getting a hang of the passing game the past couple weeks, and then this happens, you know.
And
I mean,
they're
that
still
sucks.
5-2.
Yeah, the Browns have one of the best offenses in the league. Technically, I think they're like 6th in scoring, 7th in
Without
scoring.
Odell and without Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Now. So we'll see how long.
I mean, they
can
still got
sustain
like
this.
Kareem Hunt and Jarvis Landry.
True, but they were a lot better with all 4 of them. So like,
oh, absolutely.
That's I'm like obviously they're going to be the 3rd best team in that division, most likely. So they need all the help they can get.
Not even that far behind, man.
And the Bengals are just the Bengals. I mean, if they take another couple years, maybe get a couple pieces, I think they would be okay.
Right.
I think they would be all right.
Maybe they can convince AJ Green to stay.
They can obviously put up points each week. They can put up like 20 or 30 points each week. So it's like it's not like they're stalling. But I mean, moving on, we'll go to talk about your game, Alex. The Steelers and Titans. It was such a roller coaster of a game.
I told you guys. I told you we'd win.
Yeah, you did.
Said it. It was. I had a heart attack, man. Did you pick Pittsburgh?
I did. He picked Tennessee. He caught an L on that one. I picked Pittsburgh. I rolled with him. Give me that.
Man, I'm just being a Pittsburgh fan. I'm just like, nobody can bring me down from a hype train right now. Being the only team undefeated, I'm just like rolling.
If it wasn't for the Chiefs and the Ravens already being like showing us last year and shit like that, and not really changing much, if not getting stronger on both ends of the ball, I would say Pittsburgh is the favorite in the AFC. But it's just like even though you beat Baltimore, right?
No, we play them next week.
You play them next week. Mm-hmm. I feel like for some reason I don't trust them to be like, I'm not putting them over Kansas City or Baltimore quite yet, even though they're undefeated. They're the shit. You know, I was thinking the other day about slotting some dough on them winning the Super Bowl, just because the odds probably aren't that great at the moment. I don't know. But I'm not convinced they're going to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
I'm definitely a homer, but I think they are the most well-rounded team in the NFL right now. I think Baltimore got beat by Tennessee last year, so I definitely know they're beatable. But let's just split the games with Baltimore. Fine, we'll split the games. You know, they win next week. We win when we're home, way over there. That gives us probably 1 loss on the season. One
loss.
One loss.
I don't know, man.
Have you seen our schedule?
Have you seen our schedule? Come back on the podcast, and you'll be able to be like the whole 20 minutes just talking shit on everybody. Okay,
I want the whole hour.
You get shit. If the Steelers get 15-1, Alex gets an episode of Squad Pod Sports to himself. It's called Squad Pod Steelers.
The only team in our schedule left that I am at all nervous about is Baltimore, and I will split a game with Baltimore because while Baltimore's defense is killer, Lamar Jackson isn't using his feet nearly as much as he was, even though they have a great run game with Ingram and stuff. But listen, as a Steelers fan, I ain't worried about the run game. Not in the slightest. We held not one running back has had more than 100 yards than us.
What did Derrick Henry end up with?
75.
Damn.
75 yards.
Yeah, 75.
Hold him in check.
Hey. I'm not doubting the Steelers. I am just like, I don't want to put them above Kansas City yet.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's just Pat Mahomes, man. I think in a shootout.
Respect for Pat Mahomes, and only because they're the Super Bowl champions, I won't put them above them. They the champions.
That's like if it was like the Patriots won last year, and then this is how shitty the Patriots are this year, I would be like, I just don't trust them.
That defense is super strong. I just don't know if that offense can keep up with like a high-powered offense that can score every drive. You know, like the Chiefs or something. I don't know if that offense is built.
We're the 4th scoring offense right now.
I just watch. Actually, I don't know. Just me watching them, I don't think they're like a high caliber offense. Like, I'm not scared of that offense if you're going into the playoffs. It's that defense you got to worry about, and that's what helps your offense.
But that's the thing. Like, if you can't put up more than 28 points on them, they're gonna probably beat you because they're gonna get a couple touchdowns. Yeah. Like, they're gonna score anywhere from 21 to 28 on you. Like, but Kansas City might get 35-43. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Kansas City ain't even the number one offense in the league right now.
But
Titans were number 2 last week, and we held them in check.
I'm just saying, January football is a little bit different. Football is a little bit different.
Playoffs is different. When you got
who's
Andy
built for January football? The six-time Super Bowl winning Pittsburgh Steelers.
And that happened
the 6-time Super Bowl
10
winning
years ago, 11 years ago.
Hey, man.
If Tom Brady wins Super Bowl this year, I'll be so pissed.
Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady's the only team in the NFC I don't want the Steelers to meet in the Super Bowl if the Steelers were to go to the Super Bowl. That's the only team I do not want to meet. I don't want Antonio.
Wyatt.
I don't want that headline. Wyatt. I just don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
It's a bad man I would love to see. There's a
bad man over there in Wisconsin
that I would love to see beat them Steelers in the Super Bowl again.
You know why Tampa Bay beat Green Bay? Because they put pressure on him and he didn't know what the hell to do. Now you know who's got a much better sack record than
Sue's out here trying to eat people and shit.
Dude, you know who's got a much better sack record than Tampa Bay right now? The Pittsburgh Steelers leading the league right now.
Who's
killing it.
TJ Watt or whoever. Who was that? TJ Watt? Who's your boy out that's out?
TJ. No, we're not. No. Devin Bush, our middle linebacker.
Oh, man.
TJ's fine, man.
TJ Watt better stay healthy.
TJ fine. Bud Dupree's fine. That's our double-headed monster. There's a little dude known as Vince Williams right now. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's leading the league right now in tackles for loss because he's an absolute animal. The defense is the best Steelers defense I have seen on the field in 8 years.
We'll see how long this goes because a lot of teams get hot. Get beat in the playoffs, just like Baltimore last year with Tennessee, like you were talking about. Okay,
undefeated. I'll take it. Well,
I still got a slither of hope that the Patriots can turn it around. But if they don't win next week, listen. If they don't win next week, tank for Tua, tank for Trevor. That's what you gotta do. Tank for Tua. It's over. It's over.
Right.
We'll get on to that.
The next game, we'll move on. We gotta get rolling. The Panthers and the Saints was the next game. We'll talk about that then.
All right, I picked
Patriots.
We both picked New Orleans. We both picked New Orleans in this.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer. I mean,
it's a close game.
I was a little worried without Michael Thomas. I didn't know that he wasn't going to play going into the league.
I love Teddy Bridgewater, man. Even if and I think they're getting McCaff back here soon.
So he was just activated and practicing this week.
I think they're 3-3, right? Or 3-4. I think they're 3-3.
Yeah, they're 3-4 now.
But I don't think they're going to be doing anything special this year necessarily. But I like to see Teddy doing his damn thing.
It's like we said last week, they're overperforming for like a new system, new coach. Like they're a lot better than a lot of people. Like they should be at this point.
I respect it.
Yeah, definitely.
Next up.
The next one, Bills and the Jets. This was a lot closer than expected.
These motherfuckers struggled to beat these Jets. And
what's
I feel
happening to the Bills? Are the Bills done?
Patriots are going to lose to the Jets, bro.
No.
Patriots are going to be the Jets' first win of the season.
No.
On Monday night. It's a Monday night game.
No way.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying. Calling it now.
I mean, them Bills, they definitely struggled against them Jets. I thought the Jets were going to have the upset.
They got to win eventually.
Do they? I mean,
no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Lions have done it before. I mean, they
listen. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Bills necessarily. I think they had a tough game. Josh Allen is going to be just fine. I trust Wheels.
Yeah, but you got to win those tough games. I mean, we're talking about in playoff time. Like he ain't. No, I'm talking about. I think they're falling apart. He beat the worst team in the NFL barely.
But they won.
Those are the teams you're supposed. Those are the teams you're supposed to be. He's not winning the games he's supposed. I have no faith in Josh Allen.
They won by 8 points.
None. I've lost all faith in Bills.
Tons of faith in Josh Allen.
I mean, they only
even if he doesn't do it this year, I don't think. Right, like I think that's a problem in our division. The Bills. That's.
I think they're the best team in your division for sure. But I think I don't think Josh Allen and the Bills can beat anybody worth beating. Like, again, the only teams that they needed to beat, they did.
I think they could hang with people.
Man, they got stomped by Tennessee. Just absolutely annihilated by Tennessee. Like, not even a breath of fresh air. And then back-to-back. I mean, Kansas City's 2 hard games back-to-back. Got to win one. You got to split those. For me, personally. No faith.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I trust them.
They're still going to win your division.
They beat the Jets, they beat the Dolphins, they beat the Rams, they beat the Raiders, they lost to the Titans,
and Kansas,
and then lost to the Chiefs. Yeah.
Back to back.
Their 2 losses. Kansas City and Tennessee.
That's who they're going to be in the playoffs.
The Titans and yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's who knows what the end of the season could look like.
It's also tough to beat a team twice.
Anything could happen in the playoffs, dude. It's playoffs.
That's the if you want to talk about like contenders and pretenders, they're pretenders to me. They're not even like a blip on my radar at this point. I don't. They're
not the Bears.
We play them this year. Oh, I think the Bears are pretenders too.
Well, yeah, the Bears. That's what I'm saying. They're not the Bears.
Nah, they're not nearly as bad as the Bears.
But yeah,
I think the Bears win that.
The next game, Fern. Them Cowboys how about them Cowboys this week?
Yeah, I fucked up.
Rough.
Whooping by the Washington Donnies, and I told you because you were on a no Washington betting streak. You said nope, not gonna bet them ever again, and then look what happens.
I should have, but I'm not. That doesn't change my perspective on Washington whatsoever. I'm not picking them this week either. I don't care who they play. They play New York. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not picking them anymore. Just the same way you feel about Atlanta is the way I feel about Washington. So I'm not picking. I did take that L though. I picked Dallas. Dallas, I love that meme.
Absolutely horrible. Another injury.
I don't think they win another game.
Andy Dalton's concussed, out for who knows. If
I don't even know their quarterback's name. Or
I don't either off the top of my head.
Apparently
you don't like a 7th round pick.
I don't
know.
I like Ron Rivera, so. Dude, just beat cancer too. Did you see that? Got his last cancer treatment recently. Like, good for him. He's getting a win, beating cancer, handing out L's.
They got 2 wins.
Yeah, man. The Eagles are above them because of
that tie.
Don't fall for it.
I'm not falling for it. I'm not hype. I don't think anybody in that division beats anybody not in the division anymore. I think they only get interpersonal wins from here on out. Sorry, Wyatt.
I don't think so.
We'll see. That's my.
I think as the season goes on, I think we're gonna get a little better. I'm not gonna say we're terrible. We're gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna be a little better as the season goes on. But yeah, the rest of the East, yeah, I agree with the Cowboys and the Giants and shit.
NFC least.
Still have the most Super Bowls.
Yeah. I guess.
It has the most Super Bowls out of any other division.
Do ya? Wow.
Yeah.
I would think that would
Cowboys have 6. I think the Washington
Cowboys have 5.
That was
5. All right. Then the Redskins have 2. We have 1. And the Giants have 2 or 3?
Yeah.
3. I think they have 3. 3 or 4. I think they have 3, though.
That's an interesting question.
I think they have 4. I think the Giants have 4. Because they won 2 in modern times, and I think they won 2 back in the day. Damn, the NFC East got a bunch of motherfucking Super Bowls. Holy shit.
That's an interesting.
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't know.
God damn. Dude,
I would have guessed.
Alex over here I got 6.
No, I
would, whole ass division.
I wouldn't have guessed NFC because I know only the Steelers, not NFC, AFC North, because I know only the Steelers and the Ravens have. The Browns and the Bengals have been absolute trash for their entire existence. So
the Bills almost won 4 straight. So.
Yeah, they did.
Almost. Jeez, yeah.
I would think it would be like the Packers.
Terrible.
But I guess thinking
Imagine
of those.
being a fan of the Bills during that run and you're just like, that would be so disappointing.
Imagine putting on that.
Fourth one.
The fourth one. Like it can't happen 4 years in a row.
It can't happen 4 times.
You said that on the third one. Like it can't happen 3 times in a row. It's not gonna happen. And then you go to the fourth. You're like, no way we're gonna lose 4.
No way we lose 4. There's no way. God isn't that bad. He isn't that evil.
I watched the thing on that. And I don't think they were even like they just squeaked those. I think they were like the most dominant team in the NFL that those like 4 years. You know, they were killing it.
Jim Kelly
couldn't do it.
That sucks.
Bad luck.
So bad
That
for
does
him.
suck. The next game, Packers and Texans. Old bad man himself, Aaron Rodgers.
Bad man himself.
He got off to a hot start that game and then just kind of chilled out. And they like coasted, you know.
Devontae Adams had 196 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Balled.
Balled out.
Just like 100-some in the first half. He was killing it. He was killing it. Love to see it.
But yeah, I mean, Packers back to business as usual off that rough loss.
And then next up, surprise.
And the Raiders, old Tom Brady.
That
team is firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, that team's killing it.
80 touchdowns.
And then
now they're
telling us
AB
is going to be playing here next 2 weeks.
Gronk seems to be catching like up to speed here too. So like
Gronk's back to being Gronk again.
God,
I'm glad.
Damn it!
Thanks, Alex. I scooped him on the waiver wires, so he's balling for me.
Yo, I got Travis Kelce. I didn't need no Gronk.
Hey, I had Ertz and fucking he sucked. He sucked.
I picked up AB.
Yeah, I went to look for him and you had him. That was
the only problem with him for fantasy. I mean, I'm not talking about it. Is Tom Brady spreads the ball out so goddamn much. He throws like every.
Tom Brady and AB played one game together last year. AB had like 30 points. Shit was crazy.
I remember.
Yeah, but Tom Brady didn't have the arsenal.
He didn't have Mike Evans and Godwin.
It happens again. I hope he. Mike Evans and Godwin are always hurt every other fucking game. It's ridiculous.
So you are on the supporting Tom Brady train now instead of fuck Tom Brady?
No. Hell no.
That's what it sounds like. Sounds like you're go Tampa Bay.
Fuck no.
Tampa Bay.
No.
It sounded like you're like, I hope they ball out. That's what you said.
No. I hope for my sake, fucking AB, because I have Tom Brady and AB on my fantasy team, even though I don't start Tom Brady.
Supporting the Gronkaneers right now.
No,
I have
because if he wins 7, one man will have more than every franchise. Do you realize this? You want him to be better than Thanos?
You want to be better than Thanos? So take yourself back before the season started. Would anybody sit here and think, because there was always the argument like, he's a system quarterback, he needs Bill Belichick. Would anybody sit here and think that Bill Belichick would be under 500 and Tom Brady would be over 500? Like in the beginning of the season,
we were going to be shitty, and it seemed like Patriots fans were the only ones that were optimistic.
We have it documented on the podcast now that his prediction, we were like, we're going to have like 4 wins, and then after the first week or two, he's like, man, we going to get like 10 wins, 11 wins.
After they got Cam, he was like, we going to have like 10 wins,
11 wins, 11 wins easily.
You remember what it was beforehand? Remember what I was saying? I was like, we going to get like 4 wins. That was what I was predicting before any of this shit. Cam Newton is playing like Jared. We need to move on here because we'll get to all that.
We'll talk about
Seattle
that.
Took an L to Kyler Murray.
That was a good game. That was a great game.
That was a great game. 2, that's a potential playoff game that's going to be amazing. Like, I like Arizona, man.
I like Arizona. I like Larry. I like Kyler. I like that whole team, man.
If only Russ had a little bit of a defense.
That's what they needed.
That defense is so bad, man. Like, Russ has to score like 5 touchdowns. Every game. Every game.
Potential MVP candidate right there, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's MVP candidate, because he's got to score touchdowns.
That was a crazy game, though.
He does it.
Oh, man, I think he's amazing. I love DK Metcalf. That chase down that DK Metcalf had to Buddha, what is it?
So
Buddha Baker?
Buddha Baker.
Yeah, Buddha Baker. Oh, my, like, the dude's just like pure hustle. Love DK Metcalf. He
weighs like 20 more pounds than Buddha Baker, too. And this dude like outran him,
trucking. He more than outran. Man, did he like? If Buddha Baker would have looked behind him, I feel like all he just saw was big red bull horns, just like just coming at him. It was an amazing,
scary sight.
Amazing play. A great game.
It was a great game.
I like both of those teams personally.
Seattle on that, by the way. We both took an L on that.
Yeah, 5-0 Seattle. Why wouldn't you take them?
Yeah.
Great game though. I'm glad for Arizona. I'm glad to see them coming back.
That was a hell of a primetime game. I'm glad that was a primetime game.
Yeah.
What was the next game here? We got Chiefs and Broncos. The Chiefs mollywopped the Broncos.
As expected.
All around. Special teams, defense.
The media was like, it's going to snow in Denver. Denver's acclimated to the weather. They're going to play better than Chiefs. Nope. Pat Mahomes doesn't care. Rain, snow, sunny. He going to sling it.
Doesn't matter. Moving on.
Mid-pack.
And then another mollywop. The 49ers mollywop the Patriots.
Again, as they should.
I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I did not expect the 49ers to just do that to the
Jimmy
Patriots.
G's return to Foxborough just to shit on him.
The whole time he's got the middle finger up to him, just throwing the ball.
I said it last week, and whenever you guys lost last week, I was like, oh, you guys are going to come back in the second half. Bill's going to figure everything out, and then win this game. I thought they were going to do it this week too, but nope. Couldn't even do that. What's going on, man? Did COVID ruin Cam?
No.
Because it seemed like he was balling before he got COVID, and then now he's
shitty football.
He threw like 5 picks in 2 weeks.
He'll be okay. He's gonna figure this out.
He's gonna
figure it out, or he's gonna get his ass benched.
He's gonna get his ass benched.
Yeah, I mean, he got benched during that game. Jared Studham came.
Bill Belichick already said he's absolutely the starter.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like,
Definitely.
but that's not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, Bill Belichick take an L on the season. Get Trevor Lawrence. That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
Maybe.
That's all I want is Trevor.
Because we talked about this a while ago.
We're going to be worse than the Jets.
This is Bill Belichick's way of tanking without anybody knowing they're tanking. Like, what if this is like you guys start like give the appearance that you guys have something going, and then just kind of turn into turmoil on like not on purpose, but like this is Bill's way of getting a good draft pick for next year.
I mean, if you're gonna talk conspiracy theories, I guess then it makes sense about how many players we had opt out and all this shit, and people were like, Bill Belichick's like, hey, take the season off. Don't worry about it.
Man.
You know, don't.
We'll be okay. Take a losing season though.
Yeah, fuck yeah, fuck.
Nah, man, can't take a losing season. It's a pride not having a losing season.
He's had losing seasons before he came to New England.
Yeah,
he's
but not with
getting
New
fired
England.
from jobs before he's come to New England.
Not with New England. Has he ever had a losing season with New England?
I'm thinking 2002.
I thought him and Tomlin were the only coaches who didn't have losing seasons with their current team.
I don't fucking know, man.
I don't know. But yeah, 49ers were good. 2 weeks in a row they balled out.
Yeah, they're looking back.
Missing a lot of players too. They're still missing a lot of players. But yeah, Patriots. You'll talk more about them in your bias bubble, I'm sure. Jaguars and Chargers. Jaguars Chargers turned out to be an interesting game. The Chargers pulled away there at the end.
We both picked the Chargers in that one. So
yep.
we were. Hey, Justin Herbert, just like we were talking
Herbert.
about, balling out. Doing
I like
the damn
him.
thing.
I do too.
I never even heard of him. I never even heard of him before this year, and I was like, oh, look at this dude just balling. I like seeing like unheard of rookies come out. I mean, I'm sure he wasn't unheard of, but I like to see him.
I mean, he seems like he fits the Chargers well. They build around. It's kind of like the Bengals situation. They build around him a little bit. Maybe they can get something going. Be an all right team.
He could be a nice Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers.
Rivers.
Then we had the Monday night game, the Bears and the Rams that just happened, and the Bears got stomped by the Rams.
We both picked Chicago in this one.
Yeah, we both picked Chicago.
That was another L.
Yeah, but I mean the Rams, that punter of theirs, man, he like put him at like the 5-yard line like multiple times. That was the MVP of the game.
What's up with Nick Foles and Matt Nagy?
It seems like they're kind of button heads. It seems like
right, but like apparently there's nothing to it, but there might be something to it. And like I'm like, what's going on here?
Nick Foles was quoted as saying that he knows the calls that Nagy gives him for the plays aren't going to work ahead of time because he's not going to have enough time.
Like that's wild.
And I'm like, bro, what is going on? How do they have 5 wins?
That was all. What's his name? He got most of them
Trubisky
wins.
got
Yeah,
3 or
Trubisky
4
got
of them.
most like
Yeah,
3 or 4 of them
Trubisky
wins.
only got 2 of them, I think.
I thought he came in week 3. Didn't he? Did he come in at the end of week 3? Nick Foles.
Yeah. So I mean, Trubisky got 2 wins.
Well, because he finished it, I guess. He started for 3 of them though.
Yeah, I mean they were losing when he got benched, and Foles came in and threw like 3 touchdowns and won the game for him. So I give that to Foles. That game.
Foles got magic for 2 games. And then
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. You gotta keep them in the wings.
Yeah.
Turn sour, bring them in to win the game for you.
They should just do a 2 quarterback system. Unheard of.
Bro,
they should just
I told Vern this like weeks ago. That's what they should do.
They should just have Trubisky until they get down, and then throw Foles in the game.
Like that's how you activate the Foles magic.
That's how you keep Foles from getting hurt.
Yeah, you can't just expect him to just start every week. Are you mad?
Yeah, he's got to learn plays.
He's got to start throwing picks. That was the games for the week, though.
He can only start at the end of the year.
You ended up 10-4 on the week. I ended up 9-5.
So back up to 10. Back up to 10. I was down the past 2 weeks.
Overall records, I'll put these up on the screen too. Overall records so far, Wyatt in the lead, 71-35. Vernon, 66-38. So we're positive, but hey, got a lot of L's.
I need to start listening to my own picks on the podcast because I sound like I'm doing well, but I'm not. I feel like I'm not betting them whenever I go on fantasy.
Bet on your picks, I think you'd be positive overall. So
I think so. I need to start listening to myself.
Exactly. So
think about how much of this money.
Week 8.
Yeah, we'll get to the week 8 here. The Thursday night game here is the Falcons and the Panthers. I'm not doing it. I told you I'm not going to do it. I'm picking these damn Panthers. I'm not listening to the Falcons. Not going to pick them any.
I'm going to pick Atlanta just to make things interesting.
Don't be that one. That guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Devil's advocate.
I definitely don't trust Atlanta. We just talked maybe 10 minutes ago about how much we like Carolina. I love Carolina. But Atlanta's in this weird little mood right now, post Dan Quinn, where they want to like at least put up points and try to win games. Now it seems, I don't know. They still are up to their choking ways, but how do you have a game losing touchdown? This shit still blows my mind. Like they should have won that game. They really should have.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with Atlanta on this one. Squeak it out a close game to Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater. I heard this. Where is this game? Is this home or away for Carolina?
Let me see here. Carolina's also the favorites too to win.
Mm-hmm.
They get Christian McCaffrey back.
Bank of America Stadium. Oh, Charlotte. It's in Carolina.
I heard something about Teddy Bridgewater having like a crazy good record against the spread, like at home. So like, I might be a fool here. It looks like Carolina's probably gonna win. I'm picking Atlanta. Let's go, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
You just explained why you should pick Carolina, and then you're just like,
all right. I named my fantasy team after Julio Jones. I'm picking Atlanta. Let's go. What's next?
Cowboys and Eagles. Oh, that's the night game. We'll get to that one. Patriots. It had it first on my ESPN.
Right.
Patriots and Bills is the 1:00 game.
I'm going with New England. Let's go.
You learned nothing. I am going to pick the Bills in this one.
I can't stop myself, Wyatt. I'm going with New England. We're going to upset Buffalo. Buffalo thinks they have supremacy on this division. They are not king or crowned kings of this division quite yet. Until they beat us. Probably Buffalo, because we just had 2 home games, I think.
Let me see. Yes, it is in Buffalo.
Buffalo. Buffalo for me.
Yes.
Let's go, Buffalo. New England. Turning around. They almost lost to the Jets last week. Let's go, New England. That's all I got to say.
I got the Bills. Next game is the Titans and the Bengals.
Ooh. Bounce back.
Bounce back for the Titans. Yeah.
Derrick Henry going home. 200 yards. Yeah, they don't get the defense to stop that.
Do you have him in fantasy, Alex?
Oh yeah, I have Derrick Henry.
I thought so.
He's the best running back in the league. I know Christian McCaffrey's been injured, and I said this long before. I think Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. So running
I'm inclined
on
to
him.
agree with you right now.
He's proven it. Yeah, we flip-flopped on that.
Just crushing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The top 4 running backs right now, like 3 of them are doing nada. I mean, 2 of them are injured, obviously. Saquon's injured. Christian McCaffrey's injured. Zeke Elliott's been doing nothing. And then Derrick Henry.
Dalvin Cook's been like hobbled, and Nick Chubb's hurt.
Yeah.
And Nick Chubb's hurt. Like a lot of them are hurt, man.
Yeah, like everybody hurt.
Yeah.
Jack Henry's too big to get hurt.
He's like LeBron.
Yeah, his legs are
muscle.
tree.
He pulls his muscles. That's when he gets hurt. Is his groin and his like that's the only thing.
He pulls his muscle and he's got a backup muscle that just pushes it aside and comes out. Just like,
don't worry, I got this.
I got this, buddy.
All right.
Next one is the Raiders. Yeah, Tennessee I got in that one.
Yeah.
Next one's the Raiders and the Browns.
Raiders.
I got the Raiders in this one.
I ain't rooting Browns. You can't make me.
I'm going with Cleveland.
You going Cleveland? I got the Raiders in this one.
I just curious why.
I'm going with Cleveland because last week I picked Cincinnati against them and Cleveland won. So,
all right. Cleveland only won because what's his name had the game of his freaking life. He went like 21 and 23 in like the last 3 quarters, balling.
Hey, but that man is suiting up again to come out here and play football another game. So hopefully he can do it again. Derek Carr, I don't trust Derek Carr. I don't trust either of them, to be honest.
I don't trust either of them, but I think the Raiders have been somewhat okay.
Yeah.
Right.
They have the weapons to do it.
Their choke artists like Cleveland. They're almost like the same team at the end of the day.
Kind of.
Well, again, who's home?
I see the Browns a little bit more dysfunctional than the Raiders.
Definitely.
And who's home? That's always my opinion.
Darren Waller's been balling too, apparently. So like, I could see the Vegas pulling that out.
It's in Cleveland.
I like Josh Jacobs.
Picking these upsets.
It's in Cleveland, and let me see here. Cleveland is like 2-point favorites. It looks like.
Yeah, because they have a super high scoring offense, man. Like Cleveland's no. I mean, again, I don't want to root for Cleveland, but they're not like a joke team this year. They've been doing fine, like perfectly fine, winning games they should win, and like everybody's like easy schedule. Like, man, these are games you just win. Like, who cares if it's easy? Win the games. That's what you got to do.
What's next?
Yeah, next is the Colts and the Lions.
Ooh, Colts coming off a bye.
Yeah, I got the Colts.
I like Detroit. Patricia is coaching for his life right now, trying to keep his job week to week. Man, Frank Reich.
I'm going Lions.
These games are tough.
Colts have a nice defense too.
Colts have a good defense.
Indy.
He's going Indy. I'm going Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Indy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with Detroit. We have we're gonna be varying a lot this next week, Wyatt. We have a lot of opposite picks. I think it'll be an interesting week 8.
Oh, that's a rough game. I don't even know.
That is a rough
one. I wouldn't
Indy are 3-point favorites in that game.
Yeah, they got the better defense, but I'm with Vernon. I think they're gonna. He's playing for his job right now.
Galloway is balling.
Yeah,
Matt Stafford seems to be doing just fine. So like,
doing what Matt Stafford does.
Yeah,
just for mid-season balling. You know, he doesn't pull it off at the end, but like mid-season, he's usually pretty good. So
that's right.
Let's hope he doesn't get hurt.
Exactly. That's something always ends up happening.
Yeah. Next is the Packers and the Vikings.
Ooh.
I got Aaron Rodgers slicing and dicing the Vikings.
Other years, this would have been a much better game. It looks good. I love that green and purple. Like in my head, this game looks awesome. But like, it's gonna be a shit show
at Lambeau Field.
Oh,
Packers are 6.5-point favorites.
That's it.
Oh yeah, man.
Hammer that
one.
Yeah. You know I hate Aaron Rodgers, but he going.
Yeah.
He going tear.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
I'm gonna have to start Aaron Rodgers fantasy this week.
The next game, Chiefs and the Jets, and listen to this: the Chiefs are 19.5-point favorites.
See, that's what I was saying about the last game, about the Packers game. Like it's only 6 point, 19.5-point favorites. Damn.
So if you have any extra money at all, put a little money on the Jets just in
just who cares?
If you have any you don't care about, just put a little just in case.
Remember, in basketball, I bet on Brooklyn to win that game, and that $1 won me like 20-something bucks because of how far. It was like the biggest upset in 10. I just was like, I'm gonna bet on Brooklyn.
Alex likes Brooklyn. These would be fun.
There's crazy, but this would be crazy if this happened, and it happened. Go ahead and hammer. Not hammer. Don't hammer
them Chiefs.
Hammer them Chiefs, but
hammer them Chiefs.
A little bit more motherfucking Jets. I would not do that, man. I can't advise that. Don't put no money on the Jets.
Put it on. Put $1 on.
Fuck that, man. Don't even. The Chiefs. If the Broncos beat us on field goals, the Chiefs will beat the Jets on 2 safeties. Something shitty like that. Like they're so bad. Don't.
Just bet that $1 on the off chance that one of those replacement things happens and the whole starting unit gets sick from bad oysters. It's $1. Who cares? It might work.
Bet now, yeah. While the spread's crazy.
Yeah.
And just hope that something crazy happens throughout the week.
The next one here is Rams and the Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
5-2 Rams and the 3-3 Dolphins. It's in Miami.
I'm rolling with the Dolphins. I think they are the second best team in our division. They're gonna end up just right behind. They're gonna end up with a wild.
My initial reaction is to pick the Dolphins, but this is going to be Tua's first start.
That's why I am picking the Dolphins. I want Tua to come out there.
Convincing me how shitty the Rams are every week, and then the Rams come out and win. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Wyatt says they're shitty.
Still I want to pick the Dolphins, but I feel like it's gonna be the same shit.
I'm picking Miami in that one. Tua.
I agree, Miami. Tua coming.
I'll pick Miami. I'll go with Miami. Fuck it. Tua's gonna go out there and beat Jared Goff.
He's gonna have 280 some yards passing, and they're gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Write that down real quick.
Now, this next game, I think, should be flexed into the primetime game instead of what the primetime game actually is. And that's the Steelers and the Ravens.
Ooh.
Should be flexing the primetime game.
They should. I agree. Alex, what do you want to talk about?
Nah, man, you guys go first before you put me on my rant. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Vern. We'll have you start off with this game.
I'm thinking. I don't want to just pick. That's a tough one.
It is a really tough.
I want to go with Baltimore, but Baltimore doesn't seem the same as they were last year. Quite as explosive offensively, and the Steelers are hot right now, mega hot. This is the worst time for them to be playing them. So I want to pick Pittsburgh at the end of the day. I think I'm gonna roll with Pittsburgh on this one because, like I said, I think offensively. It doesn't seem like the Ravens are all there right now, and also Pittsburgh's defense is wild. So if the Steelers can put up 28 points, though, I think they win the game. I don't think the Ravens put up 31. I don't think that happens this game.
Man, this is a tough one. I'm just looking at the line and looking at where it's at and everything. It is a tough call.
What's Vegas saying?
Vegas is saying Baltimore is the 3.5 point favorites.
3.5.
Yeah.
It's kind of high.
Yeah, it is a little high.
I thought it'd be 1.5.
I thought it'd be 1.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
I think it's mostly because they're at home and they're coming off of a bye.
Yeah, they're home. They're coming off of a bye. They're well rested. Steelers just had a bad game against Tennessee. I don't know. I think I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. I'll just pick the Ravens because I know you guys are picking Steelers at this point. You don't know what I'm picking.
Come on. Look at your back. What's that? Your background, your jersey.
No idea what you're picking.
I said earlier that I think we split these games. Maybe this is the one I picked to lose.
You're going
to fucking know I was going to pick New England against the Bills, even though I talk shit on.
I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout of any sorts. I think it'll be close. I I don't know, man. I'll put the Ravens.
All right. I'm picking the Steelers, and this is why. So the reason the Ravens are so good this year is their run. They're the third best running team in the NFL right now, just killing it. We stopped that run. We're the first best team against the run right now. We're gonna stop that. You know what the Ravens are ranked in the passing? What they're ranked in passing yard, passing attempts, and passing completions.
Probably not that good. That's what I'm saying.
Last.
Dead last.
Dead
That's what I'm saying,
last.
man. Their offense is nowhere near as explosive.
They're not getting together, and that's our weakest point.
Defense.
Yeah.
With that defense, like that's not helping their case. Like, man, I don't want Pittsburgh to be as good as they are, but like this is bullshit, man.
They can't get it together on offense. I don't know what it is, and I think they will.
I can't wait for Pat Mahomes to knock them off their fucking block. Come on, Pat Mahomes, let's go.
Patty Mahomes. Listen, I know we're riding high, but I mean I have the list up in front of me. They're only ninth. They're ninth in passing yards, ninth in passing attempts, and ninth in completion, or 11th in completions, which I thought Kansas City. I mean I know we're past that, but I thought we'd be way higher than that, right?
No.
Anyways, we're not even in there.
Mahomes to match up with Ben Roethlisberger in a snowy Pittsburgh or snowy Kansas City game.
Snowy Pittsburgh. We're getting home field. We're getting bye week, man.
We'll see Kansas City game. We'll see what ends up playing out because there's only one team getting a bye this year.
I think Pittsburgh outlasts the Ravens in a very, very run-heavy game on both sides because Ravens D is no joke either. I think they're second or third in the league right now. They're no joke either. I think we are more versatile. I don't think our run game's better than them, but I think it's fine. Our pass game's a little better, but it's better. You know, Juju's better, Deontay's better, Chase Claypool's blowing up.
Should be an old knuckleball game.
I think it's going to be a good old Pittsburgh Raven rivalry. Purple, gold, let's get it. Can't wait. Should absolutely be the primetime game.
Absolutely.
Get that primetime game out of there. Fuck them.
Yeah, the next one we got here is the Chargers and the Broncos.
Garbage game. Chargers.
I got the Chargers, I think, this one. Justin Herbert.
He's on fire right now as a rookie. Love it.
Yeah. Who you got?
I'm gonna roll with the Chargers for sure.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we're pretty bad. The Patriots. Like, to be honest with you, man. And I just can't shake the fact that the Broncos beat us on field goals. But like, you're not gonna be able to beat everybody on field goals. That's more or less my whole train of thought on that. Like,
exactly.
You fucking McMantis. Let's move on. I will talk about the Broncos.
You got Chargers?
Cody. Yeah, I picked the Chargers in that one.
All right.
Like we were talking about, like definitely all about what's Herbert. Herbert is the man, bro.
Okay. Next one is Saints and the Bears. I think I got the Saints in this one.
New Orleans.
Drew
Brees.
I think the Bears bounce back here.
Think they're gonna bounce back?
Think the Bears win this? You told me they were pretenders.
Oh, I do think they're pretend. I don't think the only reason I would give the Saints more respect is because I believe in Drew Brees, like not more than any other quarterback, just as much as any of the great quarterbacks out there. I believe in Drew Brees.
It's in Chicago, and the Saints are 4-point favorites.
I'm with. We'll see. If Michael Thomas comes back, I don't know. He's supposed to. Like,
I mean, he's supposed to be back
Drew
2
Brees
weeks
looks
ago.
lost without him, man. He just looks lost.
He does. I agree. I think Drew Brees looks lost in general this year. Like,
I don't think the O-line of the Saints is good enough to stop Khalil Mack. Like, Khalil coming.
Khalil's a beast.
Khalil's a beast, man.
I got the Saints in that one. Next one is 49ers and the Seahawks. That'll be a good game.
Isn't that a rematch?
I don't think they played, have they?
From playoffs last year. Did they play playoffs? Anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I'm trying to think. I thought the 49ers played the Packers. The 49ers the 49ers ran all over the Packers.
Yeah. Well, they had to play 2 games at least, but that's all right.
Yeah, I think the 49ers did beat the Seahawks, though, before that game.
I'm with Vernon. I like the 49ers. This is a good game. This is a good matchup.
I agree.
I can see this going either way. What is this? Is it like a 3-point game, too? 3-point spread?
Yep. Seahawks.
I'm gonna go
points.
see. I don't know if they can stop.
In Seattle too.
I don't know if they can stop Russ.
And then they're coming off a loss.
Yeah,
you know,
Russ is gonna be mad. DK
got
gonna get
Seattle.
2 touchdowns. Good game.
Lockett might have a couple touchdowns again, man.
Yeah, who knows?
Tyler Lockett is the sneakiest wide receiver. Like, he's always so damn good every year, but like, you don't rate him that high. But then he's just like, nah, I'm gonna be the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got the Seahawks in that one. Old WrestleMania, brother.
WrestleMania, brother.
And then got the big prime time spot. It's gonna be an old fashioned ass whooping. Dallas week.
Sorry.
I think the
I
Birds
can't
gonna
pick
win.
Dallas. I can't pick Dallas.
I can't pick Dallas, dude. The Birds.
They look so bad.
I can't get complacent.
It's embarrassing.
Though. I know it. I'm just weary. I expect us to win, but I'm also weary because everything's set up for us to win. So I got to be a little cautious because it's a little too perfect.
But
like usually when we're supposed to win, we don't
this.
win. So I gotta be a little wary. But I fully expect us to go in there and thromp the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I don't think you thromp them, but I do think you beat them.
I think they destroy them. It's gonna be some fucking ass whooping, man. It's gonna be bad.
We'll see.
Who's their quarterback? I think Mike McCarthy's in the hot seat at this point. Like,
this
dude might lose
rumors.
his job.
It seems like they're selling players too at the deadline. Or is Dallas tanking? What are they doing?
To get Trevor Lawrence.
We
might have to compete with the Washington No Names for the division this year.
You are.
Yeah, I got the Birds. And then the Monday night game is.
Oh, there's one more.
Yeah, the Monday night game is the Buccaneers and the Giants, but I got Buccaneers in that one.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Bad Monday night game.
Yeah, Bucks gonna be 6-2.
Yeah.
Is AB gonna play in that game?
Nah, he's not out until week 9, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since we did that was our predictions for week 8. We are going to talk about our predictions for, since it is halfway through the season now. Mid-season. Yep. We had our predictions, very early predictions at the beginning of the year. Now we're going to have our halway through predictions. We're glad to have you here, Alex.
How wrong we are by the end of the season, you know.
So we want to hear your thoughts on who do you expect in the playoffs, and who do you expect making a run, and like who do you expect in the Super Bowl? What are your predictions, Alex? Obviously, I'm guessing you expect the Steelers to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, here's how I'll do AFC then NFC. I'll just separate them and see how it goes. AFC, the only team I don't know if the Steelers can beat, and it's just because I've never seen them, is Kansas City. I'll agree. Reigning champs, great. Any other team in the AFC, I will take the Steelers. Even the Ravens, only because it's an interdivisional run. Like, we play them. Man, we almost beat them last year with fucking, Mason Rudolph. It was like a 13-15 game. It was.
So you think Kansas City-Pittsburgh championship game?
No. I'm hoping somebody knocks Kansas City out. I'm hoping like the Ravens or somebody knock them out. I think.
What's your prediction?
I'm getting
championship game.
I think the championship game will be a rematch Steelers-Tennessee, and hoping somebody knocks Kansas City out. That's just my hope.
Okay.
My hope. Rematch, get it going.
And Super Bowl, or let's
NFC.
say
what's your
NFC side?
NFC. I'm hoping it is Packers and them damn Bucks. And I hope Aaron Rodgers gets his revenge, and Aaron Rodgers advances, and then it's them Steelers Green Bay again, so I can stop feeling so salty and the Steelers can win.
And then you can appreciate Aaron Rodgers.
And then I can appreciate Aaron Rodgers for who he is, as the great player he is, but fuck him. So, and I hope he throws 3 yards in the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
What do you think about MVP on the year?
Oh, man. These are way too early.
Yeah, it's halfway through the season, man.
Russ is the favorite right now, but Tom Brady.
Oh, shit.
Tom Brady gets AB back. He continues this absolute tear he's on right now. and the dude throws so many touchdowns and then give it to him out of pity.
Okay. Solid picks.
Way too
That
early.
is solid picks. Solid.
Wyatt, what do you think?
AFC. I could see it between Kansas City and the Steelers, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I don't think Baltimore, I think Baltimore is going to do what they did the past 2 seasons, and I think they're going to end up losing in the playoffs. But like what Alex was saying, I think Pittsburgh is battle tested in the playoffs. They've been here before.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be between Kansas City and Pittsburgh. That's a tough game.
I would love that game, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be such a good game.
I think I'm going to pick Kansas City, though, coming out. That's a tough one. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got to go with Kansas City at this point. NFC, probably like what Alex said. It's going to be Tampa Bay or Green Bay, I'm assuming.
Battle of the Bays.
Who comes out of that?
I think Tampa Bay. I think they have a better all-around team than Green Bay. I think that defense is a little better. Is better than Green Bay's.
Then Pat Mahomes ends up in Tom Brady's face once again.
Yeah, it's going to be Tom Brady versus Pat Mahomes.
I'm surprised you didn't say Seahawks. I know you love the Seahawks.
I do love the
Seahawks. All the way,
I like the Seahawks. I don't think they're going to be in it.
Defense too bad.
Yeah, exactly. I do have Russ as the MVP, though. I'll give Russ the MVP.
Who's your Super Bowl winner?
Man. That's super hard. Between Kansas City and Tampa Bay, if they're both perfect. Kansas City, man. I don't know.
Run it back.
I'm thinking I give them the edge because of fucking Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Patty, man.
And Patty, obviously.
And they've been there.
But,
I mean, not that Tom Brady hasn't, but Mike Evans hasn't.
Yeah. But Tom Brady even know what he's doing, but also how would Bruce Arians coach in a Super Bowl? I mean, he has been there before.
It's been there.
But I don't know.
Solid too.
I think Kansas City, and then Russ is the MVP. I do have a playoff prediction that involves my Birds, though. I think we're going to win the division. We're going to get a home playoff game, and then we're going to have Carson Wentz and the Eagles playing Nick Foles and the Bears. and we're going to win, and then we're going to lose the next game against whoever. But I think it's going to be, you know how destiny is. I think it's going to be Eagles, Bears, Nick Foles versus Carson Wentz in the playoffs.
I can see that. Missed field goal.
Double doink.
They'll run the Philly special on them. Like the Bears will run the Philly special and lose.
That'd be crazy.
And drop it.
Oh man,
you can't do it.
What
are your predictions, Vern?
All right, for the AFC, Kansas City, Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We don't really even need to elaborate much more. You guys talked a lot about it, for the reasons why. I think both of these teams will end up being here in the end. Baltimore hasn't proven to us that they can make it this far in the playoffs. Tennessee, they're such a wild, a wild card,
man.
Yeah,
they fun.
They very well could end up in the Super Bowl. But
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
Not
I agree. They could upset any of those teams.
Right.
It's when Derrick Henry's running at full strength, Ryan Tannehill is the most efficient quarterback on the field, and that's statistically he's just the most efficient.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's afraid of Derrick Henry. So
yeah.
Exactly. Here you go.
NFC side, Green Bay, Seattle.
Oh, okay.
I think Tom Brady and them Bucks end up faltering in the playoffs somehow. They're gonna get caught up on something. Maybe Seattle, maybe Green Bay, maybe they end up playing Green Bay too early or something.
To the Bears, and the Bears beat them. Nick Foles again.
How crazy would that be?
Who knows?
How crazy would that be? Tom Brady loses again, and Nick Foles gets so pissed, doesn't shake his hand again,
runs off the field. My Super Bowl prediction: Pittsburgh versus Seattle.
Oh, rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
For some reason, Green Bay always has trouble in that championship game. Like, why? What's the problem? Let's see if you can get past it. I've seen Russell Wilson get past it plenty of times, you know. Well, what, two times, three times? Whatever. Anyway, so is Aaron Rodgers. But anyway.
Once.
Pittsburgh Super Bowl champions. That's what I'm rolling with. Okay? And Aaron Rodgers getting the MVP. Because MVP never wins Super Bowl. So
MVP never wins Super Bowl.
MVP never wins Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers getting MVP. Pittsburgh winning the Super Bowl. That's our midseason. That's my midseason prediction.
Okay. Nice. That's some good predictions, guys.
What's next? Let's talk about the fact that my shirt came in the mail, players. You see this?
No, I saw it.
Hell yeah.
Can't see it.
Can't see shit. It's at that mirror behind you, vampire.
Oh, well, that's because you can see it on the OBS on my screen. You can see it nice and clear. Don't worry about it.
Can't see anything at all here.
Go Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
You knew I was rooting for them.
In the mail.
I know we already talked about it, but this shirt finally arrived, so I'm happy. Free agency is going to be starting up here in a couple weeks.
Hell yeah, can't wait, man. I think Nets are going to do some blockbuster trades. We're going to get a third superstar. I don't think we should, but we are.
We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows?
I think we're going to go for Bradley Beal or Buddy Hield. That's who I feel like we're going for.
Beal might end up in like Golden State or something. I could see that happening.
We have a lot of young, talented players that are like worth trades for teams rebuilding. Like Karis LeVert's like 22 years old, you know.
You gonna trade that motherfucker?
I don't want to, man. But the thing is his play style doesn't match Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's. They need somebody who can just hang on the wing and just shoot balls, you know. That's who's gonna match it. Karis LeVert's he's a slasher. He needs the ball. He's ball dominant shooting guard, which is great. Love Karis LeVert. I got a Karis LeVert jersey. Wish him the best. I hope he stays, but they're not going to sacrifice the Nets' future for Karis LeVert. We just got Durant. We just got Kyrie Irving. We want to see what they're going to take us.
Yeah, their immediate future.
Yeah, their immediate future. Exactly. That's the Nets' future.
I'm trying to do some. At least it's not Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett.
Hey man, I love it. We got Mari Stoudemire. You see that? We signed him as our assistant coach and shit. Like Steve Nash is like going down his like Rolodex hiring people, man. Like I played with you, I played with you. Like, fuck it, I don't care. We'll see.
This past weekend we did see some other football return. The Big Ten debuted this past weekend. We're all Big Ten fans here. Alex over there. He's a Michigan fan. And of course, me and Vern are Buckeyes fans.
Yep. Destroyed this weekend. Put up a good 50 burger. I liked it.
50 burger on them.
Playing the already faltering Penn State next week.
Yeah, who's already down to rank 21.
Halloween
Day. Already lost, man. How do you lose out the gate like that?
Like that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have lost though. I don't think that was a touchdown.
Supposed to be number 6 team in the country. That's what they were projected to finish. Like you lost week 1. I don't see them giving the Buckeyes any problems. It's going to be a slaughter.
I don't either.
Justin Fields is too good, man.
They shouldn't have lost that game. That was a bullshit thing. I think the rankings are weird though. Like I'm cool with where they were, but like it's weird to have like some teams have like 2 or 3 wins already, and then just like threw the Big Ten in there and like they're third. Like 0 wins, did nothing.
Gotta do what you gotta do. It's a weird year.
Hey man, we were the only team that I care about that played an actual ranked team, because you guys played a non-ranked team and Penn State played a non-ranked team, but we beat them. We beat our ranked team. They ain't ranked no more. We kicked them out of rank. But
who'd you play?
Minnesota. They were 21. We were 18. Okay. And we jumped up to, I think we jumped up to 12. We jumped up a couple spots, so I'll take it. We're not supposed to be good at this. We're not supposed to be.
4% chance to win the Big Ten this year. Pretty sure I saw that at the beginning of the year.
Shit.
Our defense is all gone. The quarterback though, he's nice. I like him. He wasn't supposed to be good, but he had a real good game first game.
Hey, I'm just glad to see Big Ten back, man. I didn't think I was gonna see it this year.
Hell yeah!
Now my Buckeyes got a chance. What? You telling me we in it?
Buckeyes.
Let's go, Clemson. Let's go. I want revenge. I'm tired of Clemson whooping our ass every year. Every time we play them, they beat us like 50-0. It's embarrassing. It's so bad. I hate it. Fucking Clemson.
Ready for that motherfucker to go to the NFL.
Yeah, go to the NFL.
Go to the NFL.
They were whooping our ass when they had Deshaun Watson and Sammy Watkins, man.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
we do have some. It's not breaking news because it's not official yet, but it seems like the LA Dodgers are gonna win the World Series here tonight.
Close, bottom of the eighth, right?
Bottom of the eighth, they're up 3-1 right now.
Dude, Rays came back last game.
That's true. I mean, that's what I said. It's not anything confirmed yet, but it's looking like, as of right now, the Dodgers might close this out.
Who'd you guys want to win?
Closing it out. I hope.
I think I had the Dodgers winning this one.
I don't remember, to be completely honest with you.
I think you picked Tampa Bay.
But I'm happy to see Clayton Kershaw get another championship. You know,
yeah,
I like Clayton Kershaw. He's pretty cool. Like he just seems like cool.
Yeah,
like, you know, I mean, LA, but like I really don't give no fucks about the Dodgers, to be completely honest. But like that's why I don't really. I'm like, oh, cool. It's alright to see him win.
Yeah,
I don't
have a problem with the Dodgers.
I have a weird connection because they used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers, and the Brooklyn Nets have that Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, and I love that jersey, like that blue and gray one.
Yeah.
So that's just like my weird connection with the Brooklyn Dodgers. I'm just like, okay, I like the Brooklyn Dodgers. Like, I'm a Yankees fan, but like, I like Brooklyn Dodgers.
That's like the only thing we all have in common is we're all Yankees fans.
All Yankees fans.
Right.
And it's funny you mentioned that because Ryan Leitner told us about that, and you could hear him tell us about that on the last podcast of Squad Pod Sports.
Check it out.
Episode 12. Go check that out. But yeah, man, that is pretty interesting because I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's a Mets fan too.
Yeah.
He's a Mets fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we pretty much covered a lot of everything we had to cover here. So, I mean, not only there's a couple things left to do, and that's the bias bubble. And since Alex is a special guest this week, you get to go first, man. You can talk about any of your sports teams, any news going on, whatever you want to talk about.
All right, I just want to rant about how great the Steelers are again. That's it.
Go ahead.
All I actually want to say about, and it's just next week game, that not that the Ravens aren't going to make the playoffs, but this is a must-win game for the Ravens. They have to win this. If they don't beat us, they're 2 games behind us at that point. You know, and again, if you look on our schedule, man, there's not a lot of foreseeable losses other than the Ravens. So this is like, they got to come out and win, man, or they're not winning the division. I'm sorry. Like, if we win this game, I will put it on money that we are winning the division. They can't come back from 2 behind us. You know, I don't see
that. I see what you mean there.
So
definitely,
that's the must win. I do think we're gonna win. I don't got much bias, bubble, man. Go Dodgers.
I'll just say, what about Brooklyn? Like,
yeah, you were talking about Brooklyn a little bit.
Like I said, I think they're gonna make some blockbuster trades. They're gonna build that team around Kyrie and Kevin to the win or to the death. It doesn't matter. Like, what those two say goes. And I don't know if that's a good thing yet because I've never seen them play. I've always loved Kyrie. I know Kevin Durant's one of the best players in the world. I don't love Kevin Durant, though. You know, like, he just wasn't one of my favorite players. I know he's amazing, but Kyrie just, man, love watching the game. I'm excited. I'm excited to be excited to watch basketball again. Why? I know you're in a real bad spot in basketball. Why? Where it's just like, and I've been there.
I'm actually, depending on what we do in free agency, I'll get to mine a little bit, but I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of excited again to watch basketball.
Man, I've been there with the Nets, though, where you're just like, it's just bad every year, you know? And just like every year, you're just excited for like little shit. You're like, oh, the 17th pick, Kobe White. Like, he gonna do it. Not that Kobe White isn't a baller, but, you know, like, these are the things you're excited about.
He was our 7th pick in the draft, okay?
It's just nice to be like, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, just like big Marquise names. It's good that the little brother Brooklyn Nets.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
Hey man, I love LeBron. I want in my bias
see you
bubble,
in the finals, Alex.
I want them to meet for the next 3 to 4 years in the finals every year. I'd be even cool if we split those finals down the middle. Like I'm cool.
I don't know if LeBron's got 3 to 4 more years in him.
I don't know if Kevin does either, but I would love for those teams to build like underneath them and just like completely go in the levity of just having LeBron James and just having.
It's gonna be
what do you
like
mean you
the
don't
Golden State.
LeBron James has it in him.
That'd put him at 21 years if he played 4 more years. Kobe played 20.
Does he look like he's slowing down?
No, but I'm just saying that's 4 years from now.
Man,
I'm not saying it's out of
if somebody came back from the future and said in 6 years LeBron James is still playing on a veteran minimum, I would be like, yeah,
it wouldn't be that surprising. It really wouldn't. But I don't know if he'll be playing
20 years.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. But we're putting LeBron where we're putting him is at 21, and that's only 4 years from now, because this was year 17.
I think some people are just built for it. I think like Vince Carter, like the dude is just, and not only did he play for that many years, he played at a decently high level. I mean, I know he became a role player, but the dude was
contributing,
still dunking, like still putting up. I don't
know.
Well, in my bias bubble, I say he plays with his son at least. Him and his son are in the NBA at least for 1 year. I don't know if they're on the same team, but they're gonna play. That's it. We'll see.
Anything else you have?
He's gonna get drafted by the Lakers too. I don't care if he's the 75th ranked basketball player. They're gonna pick 30 and be like, we want Bronny. But like, are you sure you're stretching for him?
I guarantee he goes way higher than that. Somebody's gonna want LeBron James' kid.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't think he's gonna follow the Lakers whenever that happens.
I think it'd be cool.
Especially if they're still playing at a high level. Oh, it would be cool, no doubt.
Listen, that's LeBron James' team now. He's gonna trade Anthony Davis. He's gonna trade Kuzma. He's gonna trade everybody to get that first pick.
I never said I gotta win with my son. I just want to play with my son.
I just want to play with my son. Like the whole team is just gonna be LeBron and his kid.
It's just me and you, son. We gotta do this together.
It's gonna be LeBron, his kid, and D Wade's gonna come back from retirement, and his kid.
And then he's just like, "Don't disappoint me, or I'll trade you." And then they're like, "I'm not joking, though." I'm not joking. Like the Kanye laugh. I'm not joking.
Nope, that's it for my bias bubble.
Aaron, I'll let you go next because I have a question for your bias bubble. I thought about the other day.
Something positive.
My question for you was, what did you, now that AB's back, my question was.
Oh, you want to start with negative.
All right. My question is, what do you think your Patriots season would have been last year if you would have kept AB all year? If he didn't have the issues and he left the league?
The offense would have been a lot better. It would have been a lot smoother because even if he wasn't like killing shit, he would have taken a lot of pressure off of our other wide receivers, would have been able to spread the ball a little bit more. It would have mattered at the end of it. Kansas City was too good last year. I don't think we would have won the Super Bowl or anything, but I think they definitely would have been better. I don't know if it would have changed all that much. They were a wild card team. The defense was great, but I don't know if it would have been that much different, to be honest with you, because it wasn't like we had Mike Evans and Godwin and Gronk and all this other shit.
I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
I think they would have been a little bit better, but not like Super Bowl better.
Yeah.
Not with just AB,
So the other question, are the Patriots cooked? Are they done? Are they donezo?
Done as far as what?
This season.
What do you mean? This season?
They packing it in?
It's only 2-4. I'm not calling it on the year yet. I'm saying it's going to be rough from here on out. We'll see what happens. As far as I'm not calling it.
I haven't even looked at their schedule.
I can't call it yet. I want them to be so good. I want Bill Belichick to just prove all you motherfuckers wrong. Just be like, look, I can put together 2 shoestrings and win a fucking football game. And I'm just like, yes,
Bill. MacGyver.
I was listening to radio today. They're like, the Patriots fans are just like, what loophole can I use to win a game right now? And just like they were shitting, like the radio, everybody just
Bill's
shitting on
combing
Patriots.
the rule book.
Yeah, just Cody's like, what loophole can I
With a
use?
big
to
old
win
magnifying
games right
glass.
now? And it's just bad. I want it to be good, but hey, it's been good for so long.
It's like
that,
their worst start since 2002. They said, and it's wild, man.
Cam Newton, I got faith that he could turn it around and at least be a decent quarterback, because right now he's not even a quarterback. And like 3 picks at 98 yards, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have Jarrett Stidham in if you're gonna do that. You know,
Yeah.
So I'd rather see Jarrett Stidham develop and fuck up and do the same type of game than have Cam, who's 31, do that.
Wasting,
you know what I mean? Wasting our time.
Yeah,
Let's Stidham exactly. As
Let
much as I
Stidham
love Cam
grow.
Newton, I love Cam
Thrown
Newton.
in the wolves. He can learn to grow as a QB.
Exactly. I would rather that happen than us maybe win 3 more games on the year than Cam Newton win 5 more on the season.
And then at least Stidham has the experience under his belt, as well as like if you had Cam, then maybe you lose Cam next year.
He's on a 1-year deal anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So things are looking rough right now in New England. Julian Edelman looks like he went from great to like retirement home. And
he's looking like his age.
In 18 months, I don't understand what happened, but it is what it is. Let's just shimmy over to the positive side of things. Like I was saying about my shirt, I'm still living high off of this shit. Okay, so I'm just roll with that. Okay, I know you're just like, oh fuck you, you goddamn Lakers and LeBron James.
Go
but
LeBron.
Apparently, this is news. I don't know if it's like how true it is, but Danny Green is quoted saying this. LeBron is probably going to be taken off the first month of the season. You know, if they restart on the 22nd, like they said they're going to, LeBron's going to most like a lot of veterans. That's what he's more or less is saying. Not specifically LeBron. Is a lot of veterans, especially ones who played deep into the playoffs, are going to be like load managing the shit out of the first couple months of the season.
Makes sense.
Which makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I'm cool with it. I'm just saying it was news. You know, it's definitely news. But also apparently the Lakers parade, or not parade, but the Lakers celebration, the parties and stuff are contributing to a bunch of COVID spikes. I was like, oh, that's not good. But like, I guess you could probably say that about a lot of stuff. But that was in the news too. Like, oh god, Lakers fans out here just like don't give a hell. They're just like, yeah, just partying. Right. But yeah, and then I saw also, like, this isn't really Lakers news, but I'm kind of excited to see it. Obama's going to be on LeBron's show on HBO.
I saw that. I'm excited.
I did see that. Yeah,
that's
good.
Cool. Which I like watching that stuff. So like, it's going to be really cool to see Obama on there. Yeah. But hey, off season in the basketball world, we're looking forward to free agency coming up here. Hopefully we can get some nice free agents to go along with the roster here, build up a little bit, because it was a depleted year for everybody. You know, you had plenty of teams with players that were out. You know, so like I think the Lakers are gonna need to be at full strength next year against Golden State and Brooklyn and shit like that. Denver, even Dallas. Like, there's a lot of teams that are really deep, and like they're gonna be great next year. So I would love to see the Lakers add a lot of pieces, or a couple pieces in free agency.
Definitely.
Dodgers won, by the way.
That's about it, though.
Dodgers won.
World Series champions.
Dodgers World Series champions. You heard it here first, folks.
Right here first. On Thursday.
That's
good
about
it, though.
Good for Case.
What about you, Wyatt?
Oh man, it's a little confusing here in the world of Philadelphia, man. I feel like it's at the point where we don't know what the hell to do, because we suck. But yeah, we're the number 1 in the division, so we can roll with this. It's almost a trade deadline. Are we buyers or are we sellers? Do we want to commit to maybe the rest of the season, or what's like the outlook? Like, what do they really think the potential is of this team? I mean,
what do you think?
I mean, I don't think we're going to be winning a Super Bowl or anything. I don't there's so many injuries. I mean, we are supposed to be getting some O-line help back here in the next couple weeks. That'll be nice. But I'm most excited about our wide receiver core right now.
Young guys.
Yeah, all the young guys I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
I'll be super excited once we get Alshon and Deshaun out of here. Because
Mhm.
we got like Jalen Reagor, we got Travis Fulgham, who's like he's the pride of Philadelphia right now. Everybody loves Travis Fulgham. He's been balling.
I have a question, and if you just want to live in a fantasy world with me, and I always hate on the Eagles, but I don't think they're completely dysfunctional. I think they're a fine team. Say you're full health, you get your O-line back, everything comes back. You make some bizarre trade where you get rid of Deshaun Jackson, you get rid of sorry, you just said his name. I forget it already.
Travis Fulgham. Oh, Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey, you know.
Yeah.
And I know you say you didn't want him, but say you get a Julio or an AJ Green, somebody who can be that number one guy. Young core, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you can make a serious run at it because your defense is fine. I mean, I think they're just as good as the next guy.
If the O-line can hold up, I think we
Come
could.
back. Yeah.
I think we could. We could. You know, we would have to be one of those teams where, like, it's the playoffs. I mean, he's a good play caller by the end of the season, into the playoffs. That's when kind of things start clicking for Doug for some reason.
Yeah.
Most of the season, it's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, people questioning his play calls. And then for some reason, the last 5 games and then going into the playoffs, he turns into a whole different coach. I don't know what it is. I think, like what you're saying, if that happened, I think we could. We have a good chance to make a push.
Yeah, when I think about a healthy Eagles team, man, I mean, there's not too many teams in the NFC where I'm like, no, they definitely are not going to beat them. You know? Like, you put you up against Arizona fully health, I'm like, okay, you know, maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think it's like anything like surefire. Like, yeah, I definitely think we could go to a Super Bowl or anything like that. But I mean, Zach Ertz, he's not going to be here next year. We're going to trade Zach Ertz. I think he would have already been traded if he wasn't hurt and on the IR. I think he would already be traded by now.
Goddard's a good backup, though. Goddard's
exactly.
Great.
I think Goddard's our future tight end. It's just at the point where Zach Ertz wants top tight end money, and we don't have the money to pay him. I mean, and he didn't show us this year at all that he deserves the money whenever he was playing. He wasn't playing well.
You guys do have a ton, though, right? You have a ton of money, right? Don't you have like $22 million?
We do have that much. We do have a bunch of money right now, but with the cap going down next year, we're actually like one of the worst teams off with the contracts.
Yeah, we're going to be bad next year.
I think we're going to be cutting some people and making some trades here this offseason. I think it's going to be a whole different team, and that's why I'm kind of excited about how we have a young wide receiver core that we don't have to put a lot of money into right now. We got like Greg Ward, Watkins, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham. There's another one too I forgot about. John Hightower.
All
these guys can fall. And Greg Ward. Greg Ward's a nice slot guy.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I think they can grow to be nice. I mean, got Miles Sanders, who's a beast. I do think we need a bruiser back though. I think we should have never got rid of Jordan Howard. I think if we should trade Miami to get Jordan Howard back. I saw that today, actually, because we didn't trade. He kind of left us to go to Miami, and they're not using him. He's been a healthy scratch the past 2 weeks, and he did really well for us last year before he got hurt. But I think if give him like a 5th rounder or 6th rounder, get him back here. That way we can have a 1-2 combo with him and Miles. That'd be nice. Take some pressure off of Miles because Boston Scott and Corey Clement are not gonna cut it behind Miles Sanders. There you got a small guy and then an old old small guy at that point. I mean, I don't know. It's questionable. I don't know. But all I know is it's Dallas week. We're playing them prime time, and I'm ready to whip up on Dallas. I don't care if it's without Dak, without Andy Dalton, if Zeke's playing or not. I don't care. Go Eagles. Fuck them. I mean, that's about it for the Birds. I mean, you guys are talking about basketball, but I'm excited for the Bulls. Hopefully make some cool trades. The new GM and a lot of the front office we brought in since we got Garpax out. Apparently there are a lot of player-friendly like staff. A lot of big names in the league know them. That they're friendly, especially with the head coach we got and the GM we have. So hopefully now we can start attracting some decent players to Chicago, because Garpax was kind of like, they were the reason nobody wanted to come to Chicago, pretty much.
Yeah,
was
nobody liked them.
Nobody liked them. They had their own ulterior motives, and they drove everybody out of Chicago. But I think we kind of can maybe get the shit upright, so we'll see. It's rebuilding, man, so I gotta deal with it.
There is a fun in rebuilding, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
See,
there's a fun in it.
But I mean, as far as that's pretty much all I got from my bias bubble. It's mostly Eagles stuff nowadays.
I have just a question, and this goes with all your bias bubbles. You kind of already answered the question, Wyatt, but I just want to hear from everybody. If you could make one feasible trade for your team right now, and make it feasible, like don't go out and get Patrick Mahomes. You're not getting him. Yeah. Like what would you do, and what would you give up for it? Any player, whether that be picks, if you just if you're in rebuild mode, get some picks, or if you just think one or two players could really jumpstart your team. I know you kind of answered with Howard.
Yeah, I think if I would choose though, I would probably get an O lineman. I don't know exactly who, to be honest, but I would trade for an O lineman over.
Get one of Dallas's O linemen. I know they never trade with you.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever do that. But I think I would get a nice, decent O lineman. Trade Zach Ertz maybe if he wasn't on IR. Trade him for a decent O line guy.
The Jets got a couple young guys that are supposed to be good. I mean, they're not there yet, but they're supposed to be. Yeah. So, Vernon,
I would probably have an O lineman over anybody else.
I would say somebody like Thielen.
Thielen?
Mm-hmm.
You just think you need that you do need wide receivers.
We need a wide receiver desperately. We need somebody else out there. We're throwing the bird and Harry. Harry doesn't know how to catch a cold. He couldn't catch COVID right now. I don't understand how we drafted it. I was high on him at first, but man, there's so many wide receivers that were taken behind him that are way better.
That's how I feel about Arcega-Whiteside. We could have got DK Metcalf instead of that.
It's so ridiculous. Well, if he turns it around, great. But right now, I am pissed at N'Keal Harry. I'm not happy with that young man. So that's what I would look for. Would be to get a wide receiver in there. Get Cam some help.
I'm in a much different position than you guys because my team's actually successful. But we just heard today. You sent it in the group chat that Gilmore is looking for somewhere to go. I would love.
I don't know if he was looking to go somewhere. I think they were thinking about trading him. I don't know.
Love to have Stephon Gilmore in the fucking back of the Steelers, man.
I don't know if he's gonna go to So they have to take on the money he's gonna be making too.
Sure. Yeah. I know. The feasible contract, we'd have to get rid of some of our money bags, Yeah. But listen, this is blasphemous right now, and I'm even wearing his jersey, and I love Juju, but I wouldn't even be upset giving Juju up for him, man.
I understand. I just don't see them trading him to someone like the Steelers.
I know.
Or any a contender like that,
This is my fantasy though, and in my fantasy, I say we trade up give him Juju because you guys need a wide receiver. Juju's a baller. He can still do it. He's still great, but we're so deep in the wide receiver game. We got people not even playing.
Watch Seattle trade for him,
dude.
If Seattle got him, boost that defense a little bit.
I want him so bad. I could taste him.
I don't know what their cap situation's like, but that'd be
we can't afford him. We can't afford him either. We can't even afford the players we got. We're next year, man. TJ's up for contract extension, so he's getting a super max, $90 million, whatever, 5 year, $90 million, whatever it is. Bud Dupree just played on a franchise tag, so he's getting an extension and or letting him go. And Juju's up for extension too, so I don't know. The Steelers will probably let Juju go because we're notorious for it. We're like, we'll draft a guy in the 7th round.
I think that was kind of been the rumor here the past year or so about him possibly leaving Pittsburgh, or you guys getting rid of him.
Wherever he goes, man, I wish the best for him. I love Juju. I think he's just such a fun guy. He's a good presence in the locker room. He does his job, and he's just if you follow him on Instagram, dude, it's fun to be around, It's fun to follow. Fun guy.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Vern?
Sports fact. I got
It's that time.
2-1 today.
It's that time of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy
this
sports
one,
stat fact of the podcast.
Crazy, but it's kind of crazy. I'm like, oh, this is interesting, Okay.
Okay.
So, MLB catcher Harry Chiti. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Chiti. Chiti was the first player ever to be traded for himself. Okay.
What?
He was originally traded from the Cleveland Indians to the New York Mets for a player to be named later. But after 15 terrible games with the Mets, he became that player and was shipped back to Cleveland.
What?
3 players have been traded for themselves since. So it happens. But
That's
he was
crazy.
the first ever.
That is a
That's
crazy
weird.
stat. That is a crazy fact.
stat.
I didn't know
It's
that.
weird. So I never heard of anything like that before. I brought it to the podcast. I was like, that's crazy.
I have never heard of that. That is wild. My crazy sports stat involves your New England Patriots, to be honest. And this goes back to the 2007 season. You guys were last in the NFL in possessions with 102, but you guys were first in touchdowns with 51.
That's because you just kept deep balling it.
Randy Moss. Randy
Deep
Moss.
ball. And then, but like barely, like that's crazy. I bet you like special teams, touchdown, shit like that. Like
Yeah,
a lot
you were
goes in.
last
That's
in possession
field
but
goal.
first in
it
touchdowns.
was a great team.
That's
If it
like
wasn't
that
for
blew
Eli,
my mind.
That's crazy.
And because I didn't go on my camera roll, I did have something saved for my bias bubble. I forgot to touch. It was just a little stat. According to Good Morning Football, Carson Wentz is tied with Drew Brees and Russell Wilson for the most comeback victories, trailing 10 points.
Okay.
More.
So I mean, he at least proves that he can do it,
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
his team keeps putting him in bad positions.
The O-line. Doug Peterson and that O-line keeps putting him in bad positions. He's running for his life.
He gets panicked and he gets so flustered. That's why he throws on them damn picks.
Exactly. He's like after a while in the game, he starts like seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
like he starts imagining people behind him that aren't behind him.
Right.
Yeah.
And he thinks there's pressure when there's not.
Even that Giants when they picked him off on the sideline, man, like what was the goal there, man? There's like 5 Giants players and 1
It's
Eagle.
just because he was trying to do everything, man.
Just toss it away. Just throw it away. Like that's where, and that's his age too. I mean, I know he's not super young, but he's still younger.
I wish we could play every game like we would play in the fourth quarter of every game. Because like every game in the fourth quarter, we play the best football we ever play. I don't know why, but for some reason, every game, the third or fourth quarter, we play the best football we ever play.
Not me as a Steelers fan, man. Our defense gives up shit in fourth quarter.
I don't understand, dude.
We get tired.
But yeah, I mean, that's all I have. That's my crazy. I got like a bunch of crazy sports stats and facts loaded up, ready to go for the coming weeks.
Okay, cool.
I don't have any guests lined up as of right now for next week.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens between the next week. But until then, check out Squad Pod Sports on Twitter. Check out Tap That, Alex's show over there on YouTube. Like and subscribe to him.
Subscribe to Squad Pod here on YouTube. Also, if you're watching this far into the podcast, if you are here right now, this far into the podcast, and you are not subscribed, why?
What is the reason? Why are you not subscribed?
At this point, just tap it just to tap it, please. And then we will personally thank you. I'll be like, I see this guy.
Comment and we'll personally thank you.
Say, I subscribed, and we'll give you a shout out. And then while you're at it, go check out the Squad Pod, the regular podcast on the channel also that come out every Friday.
Awesome stuff on there.
Everything. Awesome, all kinds of awesome stuff every week. Got a special Halloween episode coming up this week too.
Oh yeah.
Spooky.
I'll see you guys. Nice talking.
Thanks, Alex, for coming on. It's nice to have you unbanned and have you on the show.
Pittsburgh Pat's coming on next time when he beats the Ravens.
well, maybe we'll get Pittsburgh Pat on the show for a future episode. We'll see what happens.
I want to tell you guys something. It has nothing to do with this podcast, though. So if you're done,
okay. Well, we'll just end it here then. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.